Hi, my name is Susan. I am originally from the Midwest and I've lived in Scottsdale for almost 30 years now. The first time I came, I think it was just the inquisitiveness of what this was, what cool sculpting was, what it had to offer, and I just wanted to give it a try. I was running a lot, so I want to say probably just after having children, going through, midlife body changes, things of that nature, I was more interested in the stomach area. So I had, I think, a couple treatments with that. And then it was obviously about 10 years ago, so it worked really, really quickly for me. I take a lot of supplements, I eat healthy, I hike, I walk about 16 to 20,000 steps a day, I lift weights. I've always been athletic my whole life. So, as we get older and as our bodies change, we start looking and going, oh, I'm doing all this stuff and I need a little bit of help. The reason why I chose this is that I wanted to find something that was non-invasive, that was more of a natural approach with good science behind it. And so that is why I chose the cool sculpting. About 10 years ago when I tried this, I did one session. And now that I'm in my menopausal years, I came back to try it again. And what I've learned is that because we're aging, as women are aging, it might take, one or two tries to get the look that you want. So, it felt very positive. Obviously you get those endorphins and that excitement going because you're like, hey, I can see this working. And I think the thing to remember is to, not expect instant gratification, that it's a process, that it takes time. And so I went into it with that mindset that, my goal is, by 90 days in or 120 days in, that I'll start to see some more results. Obviously, having to continue my regimen of eating healthy and exercising and doing all the work to couple that with the treatment, for the best result. Staff is great, very compassionate, very meticulous, concerned and empathetic to what the patient's needs are, and how to reach the goals. Just explaining everything, the process, having pictures before and after, having pictures on the wall, just talking about and answering any question that the patient has, I think is very beneficial. To do the homework and figure out, okay, what's the best course of action? How many treatments do you need? Do you have to come back? Scheduling follow-ups and things of that nature. I've always had kind of a positive outlook on things, so for me, I think it was just more of, the frustration of doing all this other work and not getting results, and then now adding this in and starting to see results. And also having the understanding that when women change in their lives from, 20s to 30s to 40s to 50s to menopausal and all the things that go along with it, it's an eye-opener that just one day you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, these things are happening to me. What can I do? I'm still doing the work, but what else is there for me that is a natural approach to getting results that I want? I'd say number one, go and interview the location, the staff, have a consultation, find out what they recommend, staff it with someone that has had the process and the procedure done before. Just do your homework and expect that it's not going to be an instant result. Expect that you're going to have to put the work in, continue with your game plan, and then just kind of monitor the progress. Well, I've done one session in my menopausal stage of life, so I'm going to do another one. And then my goal is to, 90 days from now, see where I'm at and continue doing what I'm doing. I like the staff. The location is fine for me. I've never had a problem with, a conflict in a time that would work for me as a working person, so the flexibility yeah, it's all good. I'm in the middle of it. It's and it's an upgraded machine. So I'm more curious than anything to see, based on what I've experienced before and versus what this new improved model is going to do. The time that it takes to go through the treatments, I've heard have the potential to be, shortened. So, I've gone through this rodeo. I know what to expect. Treatment plan, the whole thing, post-care. I'm just really excited to see, the difference between the machines and the benefits. Well, I was kind of hoping to accomplish the same result that I had before, but I had to come back down to earth and understand that being younger and athletic, and then being in a stage of menopause where your body is just doing stuff that you just can't comprehend sometimes, I had to take a step back, and I had to be, a little bit more cautious and a little bit more, focused on the fact that, okay, this may take some other things that I may need to do to get the result I want. Not only just doing the cool sculpting and the working out and the eating right, but also other things that in this stage of life, women have to do. I saw an ad years ago, and it was for Contour U. And I looked at, tried to do a little bit of research on the net. What is this? By nature, I am just into science and health and medical, and just, I'm kind of a nerd that way. But so I understood some of the language that was going on and the concept, but it wasn't until I came for the consult the first time, and then, I knew after going through the first experience what to expect. You're gonna feel cold in these areas. You're gonna have to sit still for a while. You're gonna have to put the arnica cream on to help with the pain, which for me, I like to do things naturally, natural supplements, natural pain relievers, things of that nature that, can help in the recovery. And one of the things that I did immediately when I was done was got up, took my walk, did a little exercising, not intense for the first, day or two, but just to make sure things kept moving. I thought, okay, if I keep moving, this may help the flow of things,